Man, oh man, it didn't take long, but someone has accepted the bounty challenge from Kevin Harvick and Marcus Lemonis. Chase Elliott has accepted the challenge from Kevin Harvick and Marcus Lemonis. I will read you the original tweets of the offers and then read Chase Elliott's acceptance of the challenge. But if you didn't know, obviously Kyle Busch only runs a handful of Truck Series races every year, and usually he wins. I think he's won his last 7 appearances or something in the Truck Series, and people are complaining about it. They're tired of it. They're like, we hate seeing Kyle Busch go to the Truck Series and win all the time. And so Kevin Harvick said, I like this, so let's make this fun. I'll put up a $50,000 bounty for any full-time Cup driver who races a truck and can beat Kyle Busch in his next 4 races. #game on. This was briefly discussed on the podcast that Barstool Racing hosts with Dave Portnoy and Clint Boyer. They talked about it a bit, discussed the details if Clint Boyer were to do it. They talked to Kyle Busch about it, talking about the cost of getting in a truck, basically renting a truck, and the bounty cost. We'll talk about that as well. But basically, Clint Boyer said it's about Kyle Busch said it's about $140,000 to rent a truck, and you'd only win $100,000, so you'd be in the negative. So it's more like of a for fun entertainment value kind of thing, and it brings some attention to the Truck Series that they don't usually get. You know, the Truck Series, they produce great racing, but you know they don't have quite the viewership as the Cup Series or maybe even the Xfinity Series. So to get some eyes on the Truck Series will be interesting. After that, after Kevin Harvick's tweet, Marcus Lemonis, he owns Gander Outdoors, all that stuff, those companies that sponsor the Truck Series. He is heavily invested, not just with his money, but actually like paying attention to the Truck Series and caring about it. And he said, hey, Kevin Harvick, I'll match that. I'm that comfortable. Kyle Busch can't beat NASCAR trucks, NASCAR Xfinity. So basically he's saying I'll chip in another $50,000 to also have someone go at it. Kevin Harvick responded, said, sounds good to me. $100,000 grand, boys. Woo, $100,000. And then today, right now it is 5:14 at 4:31. Chase Elliott tweeted and said, challenge accepted. I'll see you all in Atlanta. At Kyle Busch, at Kevin Harvick, at Marcus Lemonis. Thanks to GMS Racing and Hooters Racing. #game on. So obviously that means that Chase Elliott will drive a GMS truck at Atlanta, likely sponsored by Hooters, one of his sponsors in the Cup Series. That's a big deal. That's going to bring a lot of eyes to that race for the storylines. The race itself at Atlanta, Chase Elliott, that's his home track. He's from Georgia, so obviously Kyle Busch, that is one of the few races he is allowed to race in. That was something interesting I found out in the podcast today. But basically, Kyle Busch, the way he did, I'll give you a quick description. He said he can only do certain races that he's not restricted to. He can't do playoff races. He can't do the cutoff race before the playoff races, so that eliminates 9 races right off the bat. His wife doesn't let him do super speedway races. He can't do short track races because the guy he shares the ride with is under 18, and because of that, he can't do a certain length track, so he only does the short tracks. So basically, that leaves Kyle Busch the options of the regular season 1.5 miles. So he's going to run Las Vegas, Texas, Atlanta, and Kansas, I believe. And then maybe another track. I don't know what the other one is. But Atlanta is a track that Kyle Busch will be running at, and Chase Elliott will be competing with him. And if Chase Elliott were to beat Kyle Busch head-to-head, I don't know if it's just finishing order or of winning the race. I'm assuming it's just finishing order. If he can beat Kyle Busch straight up, then Chase Elliott will win $100,000 from Kevin Harvick and Marcus Lemonis. A storyline, because we have the most popular driver, Chase Elliott, versus a very talented but kind of controversial driver, Kyle Busch. He's said some things in the past that have been controversial. A lot of fans don't like him. He's a great talent to the sport. I like him personally. I think he's a great driver. I think his attitude sometimes is hilarious. I love it. But sometimes he does go overboard, I'll admit. But it'll be fun. Kyle Busch versus Chase Elliott for $100,000, or for Chase Elliott, it's $100,000. So that'll be very interesting. We might have to talk about that before the Atlanta race. But yeah, I just want to let you know on that. Chase Elliott, bounty hunter. It's weird. I might as well just get something and just put bounty hunter over this flag if he ends up winning the race. He's like Boba Fett or something, you know? It's like Bosch, you know? It's like, I'm just naming Star Wars characters that were bounty hunters. But yeah, I'm excited for that. I think that'll be a fun truck race. But yeah, get some more eyes on the trucks. Let's go. Man, that was fun. That was fun to talk about. That'll be a fun race to watch. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. For more NASCAR news, NASCAR stuff, subscribe to this channel. Just keep on watching these videos. I make them as often as possible with any kind of news that pops up or anything I feel like is necessary to talk about. So just keep on watching, like, subscribe, and then obviously share with your NASCAR friends.